Folks, today we are at the office of one of the largest mobile healthcare communication and delivery platform of India, Lybrate. We are glad to have Saurabh Arora, the co-founder and CEO of Lybrate with us. Hi Saurabh, welcome.
Thank you, Alok, for having me today.
Saurabh, to begin with, I really want to know, why did you start Lybrate at first place?
In our country like ours, which is as big as over 1 billion Indians, we have only one doctor for 1700 people, right? So how do we address, how do we multiply doctors' presence? Can a solution exist which will allow the same doctor to be able to see more patients? On the user side, can I make the process of going and talking to a doctor far more seamless? And once we do these both sides, Alok, that's when the fundamental healthcare problem is being faced. And that's how the idea of Lybrate was born, to be the communication platform that allows users to talk to doctors, and on the doctor side allows them to multiply their presence. Think of Lybrate as your personalized hospital that works with you, that is in your phone, open 24/7, where doctors are taking care of you to stay healthy and fit.
What are some of the values which define Lybrate?
So, Lybrate stands for, it comes from the word liberate, which is liberating, which means freedom. The number one, premise that we have is there has to be autonomy. So, person is given complete responsibility to be able to do a certain, you can say a task, or you can say a number, right? The second aspect about Lybrate is there are no two people for the job. Even in a company of our size and having received multiple rounds of 2 rounds of funding, we still believe that we will not build any redundancy in the system. Each and every person who is at Lybrate understands what we are trying to do. That alignment with what we are doing, it's not just about shipping one feature, as to why that feature ultimately relates to what we are trying to do.
Over the last 1 year, what do you think are the major challenges you have faced at Lybrate?
In growth, there are a lot of problems that come, and growth is not easy. What happens is when you're growing, your systems and processes that you have designed, they're not designed for 100 or 1000x the capacity. So there's always a trade-off between speed and scale. The second challenge we faced was about experimentation. When we were growing, and you're growing from a very small base, you don't have enough user base to give you the right direction as to what to build. For example, whether it's a new user sign-up process, to a new user onboarding process, to retention techniques, to getting back users, whatever the product interventions were, we started adopting best practices, and that was, I think, was the right way to overcome a challenge of not being able to experiment.
Saurabh, the healthcare sector is affected a lot by the government policies. So I want to know that Lybrate as an organization, is it working with any government body or policymakers as such?
Yeah, so we truly believe that policy will have a bigger role to play in health, and to that effect, we are already working with Indian Medical Association, which is an apex non-governmental body of doctors. We are working with them to, we are the exclusive digital partner, and what that means is we are working with them to help doctors adopt technology in the practice. We are working on ways as to how we can educate doctors to know more about the latest technologies that exist, how they can use those technologies in the practice, in the day-to-day life. So that's how we are working on with the bodies like IMA, and at the same time trying to not just influence policy, but making it actionable.
How do you see Lybrate evolving over the next 8 months to 10 months?
In terms of what we really want to do in the near future is continue to solve a real problem. I think that's what has kept Lybrate to its core, that we want to solve the real fundamental problem of connecting users with doctors, right? And that's the core that we will continue to focus on. And we truly believe if we stick to our values, if we stick to the core benefit that we bring to our users, we'll be able to excel in whatever we are doing.
Welcome to the show, Sandy. Tell us, how is the cloud ecosystem going to change the way we look at businesses?
Well, I think there's several things that the cloud is doing. You know, before, when startups got funding, they invested most of their money, estimates are 60 to 70%, in the infrastructure, in the technology. Today, with the cloud, they can spend virtually $0